Hello everyone, Patsu here. Welcome back to Moebius Empire Rising. And this is the start of Chapter 4, Drowning in the Sea. It takes place in Paris, so here we go.
I suppose you're going to follow me around this entire trip.
That's what I'm here for, Mr. Rector.
Well, I certainly hope Dexter's private plane was able to shake any pursuers. It would be nice to only have to think about my job for a change, rather than being attacked.
You worry about your job, sir. I'll take care of the rest.
And of course, scheduled medication time every 4 hours. Alright, and new dossier. From Amber Dexter, the woman you are investigating in Paris is Caroline Alphonse. I sent her dossier to your phone. I've also sent the info I promised on the Moebius theory. 2 new files added to projects. Alright, so let's take a look. The dossier. Oh, David Walker is here too.
I need to find out who Captain Walker really is. I've started this dossier.
So, Malachi doesn't trust him. David Walker, former Army captain and member of the US Army Special Forces, originally encountered in Cairo, targeted by the same assassins encountered in Venice, is also of interest to FIDA, and determine if David Walker fits the pattern of any known person in history. So, 11 data points so far, and I found 4 of them. Good Samaritan, willing to go out on his way to help others in need, travel abroad extensively, was in a highly elite branch of the military, targeted by Chinese or Chinese Americans for assassination. So Malachi thinks that he is going to fit someone, another historical figure. Or not. It's yet to find out. Okay, so we are in Paris, and
The furniture is entirely modern, even if it does have a hint of classic style. I'm too keyed up to sit.
espresso. Let's order one.
Parisians love their coffee, and it's usually excellent. I had coffee this morning. Too much isn't good for my anxiety disorder.
Oh, really? Can we talk to the barrister?
The barista. He has an elaborate neck tattoo.
And we can analyze him. Alright, so 4 data points. Modern style but worn. Oh, you mean the glasses? So non-prescription, thinks they look cool. Style conscious but not well off. Probably a student. Careless about his looks. Of course, style conscious but not well off. Looks alright. And skull tattoo openly displayed on his neck. In a gang, obsessed with death, similar meaning to wearer. Of course, this. Rough hands, small cuts. Was in a fight. Participates in extreme sports. Hurts his hands making coffee. Let's say participate in extreme sports. I think it has something to do with that tattoo. Now strong, wiry muscles. Gym rat, male model, active in sports. Yes, sports. Oh, got it. So a student and daredevil, the barrister does some manner of extreme sports, and his tattoo has a personal meaning to him. Alright? And we still can't talk to him. Cream and sugar.
There's a counter for adding cream and sugar to your coffee. I don't have a coffee, so there's nothing to put cream or sugar in.
Alright.
4 coffee cups, I suppose.
Okay, so David Walker.
There's something significant about Captain Walker that I'm missing. I need to see if he has an historical pattern, the way Senator Markham does. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Mr. Rector?
Tell me about your time in the Army.
What do you want to know, Mr. Rector?
How old were you when you joined?
20. I knew I wanted to join the military, but if I finished college first, I could enlist as an officer. So I did. I enlisted as a second lieutenant right after graduation.
More data points.
How long were you in the military?
10 years.
Why did you leave the military?
I spent the last 18 months of my service training foreign armies to disable protesters. Their own people. I couldn't do it anymore. It's getting really bad out there.
No worse than it's always been.
No, trust me. It's worse.
What did you study in college?
I have a BA in military history.
You know what, Malachi? This job interview is a little bit too late.
You said you were from Indiana. Did you grow up there?
Yes, I grew up in a small town. Didn't leave it until I went to college.
You've never heard of an agency called FITA?
Not until you took me there. I've made a few phone calls. None of my buddies have heard of them either. They seem to excel at staying under the radar. So, I take it you're supposed to identify a woman who might become Senator Markham's wife, and this is somehow tied to a Roman emperor. I don't suppose you'd care to enlighten me.
It's confidential. Trust anyone yet. Let's say he's one I know. I don't want to lie.
Here's what I know.
So, Senator Markham is supposed to be Augustus, and if he marries the right woman, he'll become president and save the global economy?
Yes.
If you take the Moebius theory seriously, yes. Or at least, he has that potential.
Do you? Trust the Moebius theory?
It seems absurd, but let's just say I can't entirely dismiss it.
Thank you for telling me.
Probably not the smartest thing I've ever done.
You told me because you know you can trust me. And you can.
I don't trust anyone.
Yes, sir.
I kinda trust him. So what about your family?
Tell me about your family.
I have one sister. She's married and lives in Ohio.
And your parents?
They're still living.
A joke? Huh.
I don't suppose you have any more brilliant jokes.
Hell yeah. What's brown and sticky?
Do tell.
A stick.
It's not really funny, is it?
No, it's not funny. How about another one?
Did you hear about the Buddhist at Yankee Stadium?
No.
He asked the hot dog vendor to make him one with everything.
Yes, I see.
Tough crowd.
I don't get it.
Why were the journalists all gathered around the crater?
What crater?
It's just a hole in the ground. Doesn't matter.
Of course it matters.
It really doesn't.
Fine. Why were the journalists all gathered around the crater?
They were hoping for a story that was a little meteor.
I see. Are all these jokes of yours word puns?
Pretty much, yeah.
That is not funny.
Why was the skeleton lonely?
He was bony. No, that's not right. He was skulking?
Nope. Nice try, though. He was lonely because he had no body.
Oh God, that's
Oh.
pathetic.
Great, isn't it?
No, it's not.
What did the pate say to the stuck-up filet mignon?
I wait breathlessly for the answer.
What do I look like? Chopped liver? Like that one, did you?
No. Oh, that's the last joke. Thank God.
What about a wife or a
I
girlfriend?
haven't been in one place long enough to have a relationship.
Alright.
That's all for now.
As you say, sir.
Job interview over. So, what do we find out? We have 10 data points, only missing one. So, I'm married at 31. Has just one sibling, a sister. Grew up in small town Indiana, USA. Has a BA in military history. Left the army after losing faith in his mission. Joined the army at 20. Served for 10 years. Alright, so, why don't we take a look at the Moebius theory? You guys ready? There's a lot of reading. The Moebius theory was first hinted at by Greek philosopher Parmenides and developed into a comprehensive metaphysical theory by medieval monk Benedict de Montfort. Montfort's treatise on the subject was hidden work, for it would certainly have been considered heretical by the church. Montfort's work was lost and rediscovered, and eventually landed in the hands of 1920s genius German scientist Dr. Wilhelm Reich. Rarick fled Germany when the Nazis rose to power. He ended up working for the British. He was founding father of the modern science of Moebius. The Moebius theory was that history has defined patterns which repeat themselves over and over. Space-time is not linear in the fourth dimension. Energy patterns which play out in one moment of time ripple or echo out across the fourth dimension, reoccurring in other periods of time. The technology of being able to actually identify these energy patterns on the particle level is still primitive, but more progress has been made on the research side than of recognizing and cataloging patterns. 6 modern governments have Moebius groups: the US, British, France, Germany, Israel, and Russia. There are also rogue Moebius organizations. The alleged aim of most of these groups is merely to recognize patterns and thus be able to provide intelligence on what is likely to happen next. But manipulation and attempted interference of the patterns does occur, like right now. The knowledge of Moebius is top secret, rigorously kept off the web and out of mainstream universities. It is extremely dangerous. Alright, so new web search on Dr. Wilhelm Rarick.
This biography is very basic. According to the Moebius info from Dexter, Rarick was the founding father of the modern Moebius theory and worked for the British.
So, born in Hamburg, Germany, Dr. Rarick was an eminent German scientist. He attended university in Berlin and taught physics at Heidelberg University. He fled Germany in 1932 when the Nazis rose to power. Little is known about his career afterwards. And what about Benedict de Montfroy?
I haven't heard of Montfroy. Must be information about him somewhere.
Probably deleted information right here. Confidential ones. Alright, now let's take a look at Caroline Alphonse. This is why we are here in Paris. So, the daughter of wealthy businessman Henri Alphonse, Caroline is descended from both the Capetians and the Bourbons. The job is to determine if Caroline's life pattern fits that of Livia Drusilla. Contact details in Alphonse, home in Paris, and Bibliothèque Nationale in Paris, France. So, the National Library. And we have 10 data points. Alright. New search topic, of course. Oh. No new topics. What was that about?
Plants are real and not overly gaudy, which is more than I can say for most of the tourists staying here.
Plastic plants. Alright, let's go out. And we are in a city map. So, Alphonse's home, La Belle Eiffel Hotel is where we are right now. And the National Library of France. Where should we go first?